Okay, so the last point in which we stopped was we had finished creating and editing our chart from our quiz data. So recap, we've created a quiz and we have created a spreadsheet from the data and the scores from that quiz. And now we have a graph to compare that data. So what we are going to do now is we're going to take that data and we are going to present it. And the best way to present it is with Google Slides. So what I want you to do is I want you to go to your Quick Create, go to a new presentation. It takes my computer a second, my Chromebook a second to load up all this stuff. Okay. Let it load everything before you start clicking on stuff because you want all of your options to come up. So you have a themes menu on the right-hand side and everything else on the left-hand side. So what I want you to do is I want you to create or pick a theme from the themes menu. I like this one. Excuse me. And we are going to now add a title. So we add it where it says click to add title. We're going to do Google Training. And I like to add a subtitle, student data. And then we're going to make sure that this title, the big title that we typed in up here, matches this title up here. And the way you do that is you just click on the words Untitled Presentation, and it'll change it to whatever you made this title to be. So now that we're done with that and we've got our presentation set up, we need to add some slides. So you want to click over here in the right-hand side where you see your review of, or left-hand side, my bad, where you see the review of your slides. If you click on the first slide and hit Control M, that will add a new slide. Once we Control M as in monkey, I'm kind of stuffy, sorry. We're going to title our slide. So click to add title. We're going to title it Student Data. Now, we have to add our data to our slide. So the first thing we have to do is make room for that data. What we're going to do that is we're going to click on the text box. We're not going to type anything. We're just going to click on the text box. And we are going to use the right-hand side, the middle resize dot, click on that and move it so it goes to about the middle of your slide. Now you have room on this half of your slide over here for your graph. Now that we've made room and we've set up our slide for our data, we're going to add our data. So the way you do this is you go back to your chart, and in your chart, you highlight your chart, and you see these three dots right here in the upper right-hand corner of your chart. If you click on those three dots, a little menu is going to pop up, and you're just going to select Copy Chart. Now, I've copied my chart. What do I do with it? Now I go back to my slides. I click on my slide, and then I go to Edit and Paste. Now, most of the time, I'm going to resize it just a little bit so it's a little bit bigger. But most of the time, a little window will pop up that says Paste Unlinked, but because I've already done it, it won't pop up again for me. But if it pops up for you, the menu will say Paste Chart, and it'll either say Link to Spreadsheet or Paste Unlinked. Go ahead and paste it unlinked, and then press the Paste button. So now we have a chart on our slide. So we're good. The next thing I want you to do and really think about doing is answering the following questions. Or question, what conclusion can you or can be drawn from this data? What can you tell me about your students? What can you tell me about the grades? Did most kids get 100 or a 90? What can you tell me? Did most kids pass this test? If they did, that's awesome. If not, maybe we need to go back and reteach. This is the beauty of creating these charts and graphs. You can very quickly see how your students are doing compared to each other. And if a majority of them are learning the content, the percentage that you want to learn the content are learning that content, you can pull the kids that aren't into small groups at a different time of the day or send them to your SPED teacher. But it's amazing to be able to visualize your data. And that's what Sheets does for you. And then presenting that data and thinking about what that data represents is what slides can help you do. And then you can share this with your team, your principal, your reading coach, whomever you need to share it with. So I'm going to stop us here. And then the next video will be about adding animations and pictures to slides.